All right, hey, we're back again, the Coon Prairie Ramblers, and man, we're going to talk. This is segment 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're counting.
Yeah, if
Uno,
you're
dos,
counting.
tres.
And if you're not counting, it's still 3.
And,
We're a bunch of no counts.
and KC's over there trying to get rid of my organs.
I'm not trying to get rid of them.
Wait a minute now.
I'm trying to give them to other people.
That's just awful.
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 You're awful.
Hey, you want my offals too?
Awful.
Yeah.
Are you an organ donor?
I am.
You am?
I am. Yes, I
You
am.
tell them, did you specify?
It's on my driver's license. I don't know do I have to have anything beyond that?
I don't know. Do you specify what organs?
What if
Any of them.
Any of them?
What if a highway patrolman stops you and he asks for your
And
license?
kills me.
Dun, dun,
And he
dun,
says,
dun, dun, dun,
okay, I
dun.
want your heart.
That's
Don't
not,
go
Get
taking my
out of
heart.
the car.
that's not the way it works.
Oh.
If you,
Elucidate.
I mean, I really can't imagine
Hallucinate.
why I would want to take in my good eyes. I got eyes that are pretty good, and my lungs are really good, and whatever else
Liver, your
still work.
kidney, or-
Why would I want to take that to my grave?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't if it can help somebody
Why wouldn't
see?
you?
Why would you let somebody
How
go
do
without?
I know they're really going to benefit from it?
Well, what else are they going to do? Eat them?
Hey, I saw a movie one time. This thing really spooked me out, man.
coma?
Was that what it was? Yeah. And then they took this lady's eyes.
No, I would think
That was
that.
And they
horror
took
movie?
her eyes before she died.
And I would want any of my
Freaky.
loved ones to live on that way. Did you ever?
Hey.
Did you ever hear that story about Rod Carew and that kid that
Rockaroo?
had met him when he was just a young
Who
kid?
that? Who's on
I never heard of
Rockaroo?
him.
And you don't know who Rod Carew is?
Afraid not.
Well, I just
Yeah.
asked.
You must move in a different circle.
He's a very famous baseball.
Well, I don't
player.
follow baseball.
Anyhow, he met this
Who
kid,
follows
and the
baseball?
kid, because he met Rod Carew, decided he wanted
Baseball.
to become a professional athlete, and he became
That's
a
like playing
professional
golf.
football player. And later on, he died young, and Rod Carew was waiting for a heart transplant, and he got that kid's heart.
No kidding. That sounds like a TV movie of the week right there.
But
Wow.
anyhow,
Hallmark
I
movie.
thought
Yeah.
that's a good example, though, of how, what that guy's dead and gone. Why does he need it,
Yeah.
Well, I took my daughter down to the
Madame Rue,
Madame Rue.
the
Yeah.
gypsy with a gold hat.
Down to the local DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles,
Okay.
which is in the tax collector's office in our county, to get she's 14, and we're going to take a missions trip, and she needs a second ID, so she doesn't have a driver's license, so
Right.
she's going to get a state ID. And they ask her, "You want to be a organ donor?" And I was sitting there.
They asked her or you?
I wasn't ask her if she wanted to be. If she's 14, and I wasn't prepared for that. And I'm kind of like
You got
what?
blindsided.
Well, and I'm thinking, well, look, if this child was 5, would you ask her if you wanted to be an organ donor? I don't think she said, that's the proper age. What it was, it just struck me odd that she's 14, she's growing up,
And you refused.
but I'm still thinking of her as like a 10-year-old. I mean, she's still my 10-year-old baby. And leave her organs alone, man.
Well, do you have to be a certain age before you agree to that? Or
They asked her, she's 14,
you're thinking
Well,
you'd have
and
to be...
right off the bat, she says,
something.
"Yeah."
I know
I'm
it's
thinking, what?
I know it's a little bit of something that nobody would ever want to have to face or think about. But really, you think about if I had a young child or one of my grandchildren could leave behind a legacy that they had
Oh, you're so
donated,
a living
Good.
part of them.
I would be so proud of them. I'd be
Yeah.
so glad of that. I wouldn't want them to. I mean, a life.
That's worst case
is-
scenario there.
I hate to think about it, but I mean, it seemed like a waste to me.
Really?
You don't think it's a waste for a body to go into the ground and take all your?
You're trying to appeal to my heart. You're
Well,
giving me
I'm
the
just
serious.
I'm not appealing to your
Come
heart.
on,
I
man.
mean,
You're going to
to
try
me,
to
it's
move
just-
me.
it's just so you do plan on going into your grave intact unless you've been blown up or something.
Actually, I wouldn't mind. Wouldn't that be neat to be on an airplane and the bomber, one of the bombers, get on her and blows you to smithereens?
Yeah, that'd be real neat.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Kind of messy, if you ask me.
Yeah. The only
And they
thing is,
never-
I wouldn't
and
want
they
any
never-
big pieces to be found later on. Like, hey, there's Mel's head.
Why not? What else are they going to bury? They're going to find something they can identify you by.
No, if I was going to get blown
I know
to
that
smithereens,
tattoo anywhere.
I'd want to get blown to smithereens.
Okay. You just want to go to
Go
pieces.
out in like a firecracker.
The bodiless milkman.
There he is.
Did you see that segment on the news a while back about the woman getting married and her father was dead, but then they got together with the guy who had received his heart, and he came.
This is weird.
He came to the wedding and then marched her down the aisle because he had her father's beating heart.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Boy,
man.
that grabbed me big time.
Well, let me
Man,
ask
did he
you
say,
something.
here, baby, listen to this?
Yeah, that's what he
Let
did.
me ask you this. I don't know the answer to this one. Say your wife is on a ventilator or something, and
Yeah.
they ask you, do you want to pull the plug?
Oh, no.
Not that whether you're going to or not.
Physically, do you want to be the one that pulls the plug?
No, just
Oh,
do you
agree
want to
to
take
the-
her off life support or have her taken off life
There comes a
support?
point where you have to,
I
whether
know.
you want to or
But
not.
here's the question is, can you then decide, or does she have to make the decision ahead of time and then go ahead and donate all her organs?
I don't know if you can donate your wife's organs without her permission or not. I don't know.
I sure ain't. If she writes it down somewhere and it's okay with her, then that's her decision. But I'm not going to make no decision for anybody.
Really?
You wouldn't want your
Really?
wife's heart to live
Absolutely.
on somewhere else?
Yeah, and I marry that lady.
There you
She said,
go.
listen here, baby, here's your way, otherwise her.
They made a movie about that, Return to Me, with the guy's wife.
Return to sender.
Yeah.
Return to
But
Me.
if my wife is on life support, I don't want a doctor to come to me and say, how heroic do you want us to be? I want to be the one that says, I want you to be heroic. You know, you see what I'm saying?
No.
You don't want, and they're asking, well, how heroic do you want us to be? How far are we going to go with this? I want to be the one that says, I want you to go as far as you can go.
To save her?
Yeah.
Unless
Well, of
she's-
course. Yeah, that goes without saying.
What if she's got a DNR and you don't even know about it?
Surprise.
Well, hey, whatever.
And they drag you out of the room and kick the plug.
Yeah.
And you're looking through the little window in the door screen and beating on the door. No. I don't know.
I think anyhow, if it ever happens, it's going to be reverse anyhow.
Yeah.
It's going to be Carrie fighting to keep you alive.
You
Not
do
you.
alive.
Yeah.
You think she would?
I'm living forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Tell yourself that. You just turned 67.
Yeah,
on
old
a
man.
good day, you got 20 years left.
Well, I may not be
on a
living
good, on a real good day, you got 20
That's
years
right.
left.
I may not be living forever in this body.
I'm going to live forever. I'm going to cross that river. I'm going to catch tomorrow night. I knew a woman who did that for a living. She was she did medical stuff all along. She didn't just sit home waiting on that. But part of her job was that. She'd get the call 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. She had to grab her little cooler and go.
Go snatch.
And they would
somebody's
go
heart.
to. They would be picked up by helicopter sometimes and driven there immediately.
Did she have a
they
certain
go in.
parts that she specialized in?
No, they all went in there. Her and a team would show up and just start filleting you up.
Whoa.
But they call it harvesting. That sounds very gruesome.
It does.
Shine on, harvest
Harvest.
They
moon.
just slit you from
At least they
belly,
don't call
to-
it,
belly to belly to brisket.
at least they don't call it picking and grinning.
They do that too. They're picking your organs there while you're grinning, laying there grinning.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll take your teeth too.
Yeah, they might if they want. If they see a gold one, they might get.
yeah.
But that was her job, and it didn't bother her. But there's a special person for that
I
job.
wonder how much gold is laying out there in the graveyard.
I'm glad I'm not one of them. I knew a
You
dentist.
go out there and find out one day when you're bored.
That's a
That's
lot of
right.
work. That's labor intensive.
Yeah,
Casey.
very labor intensive.
You ever look at anybody, and I thought this a while back, and I thought maybe I'm the only one ever thought of this, and maybe I'm just weird. You ever look at somebody and just the way that where they look, that if you were to see their skull, you'd know it was them.
Yeah.
There's a few people like that I
Yeah.
think I would recognize their skull.
Well, some people have like a big jowls,
Elongated face, big
Yeah,
horse teeth
right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
and sometimes
Whatever.
people have like a very sharp face. They're
Yeah.
like they're
The sharp features.
Chiseled.
Yeah, exactly.
not
Yeah.
necessarily chiseled.
Or a funny shaped head, a small head,
Yeah.
a pointy head or something.
Yeah,
There's some people's skull I think I could
I
pick out of a
almost, I
lineup.
almost accidentally said a name.
A name.
Oh, I better be
He
careful.
who shall not be named needn't be listened or be paranoid.
I think Prince Charles of England would be recognizable. He has a
You think?
distinct.
Well,
head.
there wouldn't be no ears there now. You can't look
Oh,
at the
yeah,
ears.
you go by the ears.
Can't go by the ears.
Now, what happened to ears? They just fade
Did
away.
you know your ears grow all your life?
And your nose.
Nose.
And other things.
Every time you tell a lie.
Until they rot off, right?
Well, I hope they don't.
I mean, when you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
But I hear your hair when it doesn't grow.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
just that your scalp recedes.
It recedes.
Yeah, your skin is
Yeah.
receding and drawing up, and it
Just
makes
like
your whiskers
teeth
come
don't
out.
grow, your gums recede.
That's
But
right.
They got bad.
I have heard that someone that's deceased because of just reflexes or gas, or they'll suddenly sit up.
Yeah. Wow.
And
I've heard that. I don't know if that's true or not.
I know,
I
but I
see
think
that.
if I was by myself
Probably happens in a morgue.
in a morgue and somebody's laying on a slab and they suddenly set up, I believe I would be gone.
I hope that they've gassed as much
Well,
as they can before I get there.
Well, I knew a guy I used to work with on a laundry truck at G. Pierce Wood. He swore this was true. He got a job part-time one time picking up bodies in a station wagon.
Mm-hmm.
They laid him in the back on a stretcher with a sheet over him. And he said he went somewhere late at night and got this body, and you put him in feet first.
Mm-hmm.
And so the guys, we got to take a break here. We may never know the rest of this story.
Uh-oh.
Goodness. Well, we got to get out of here, so we may or may not come back with that, so we'll see.